Hi guys, and welcome back to the Star Trek Online Let's Play. This is the mission Skirmish, and this is also the first episode where we're using the new Akira that we picked up, which I am so excited for. Oh, hello. Okay, random bird of prey scooting there. Before we start, I did a little bit of research into the True Way, since that's what we're fighting, and they used to use phaser, so I thought, oh, keep that. Which I mentioned in the last episode, the promotion to Commander, I think I called it off the top of my head. It turns out the True Way, and all Cardassian ships now, have been made to use disruptor damage instead. So, as it happens, we won't be needing the shield array, but I still want to keep hold on to it just in case. I don't really want to get rid of it right now. It might prove useful at some point in the coming missions or so, so I want to hold on to that. There was nothing else really on that, but as far as any True Way missions will be concerned, using the original shield array that we stole from the Ushan, I think it was, the escort refit. So other than that, we can get stuck in. So Chekhov has picked up multiple hostile contacts, both Klingon and True Way. He can understand why the Klingons have been here. They've been trying to claim the system for months, but while the True Way normally don't leave Cardassian space, they have no reason to be here. They're refusing to respond to our hail, sir. We may have to board one of their ships to get some answers. So time for a fight then. So that's okay with me. I've got to say the Akira already feels a little bit more... What's the words? Oh. Feels a lot more chunky, I suppose, without attack pass and beta on it. Attack pack and alpha, rather. Oh, shite. Sugars. That's my cue to get out. Oh, wow, that did not go to plan at all. That hide behind this, and I'm dead. Well, that went well. Let's keep an eye on this cruiser, see what happens. Actually, that science vessel's getting wrecked over there. Oh, just a ship that warped in, I'm sure of it. Oh well. Respawn. Well, we got shield system damage. We'll be fine. Boost weapons. There we go. That's one ship down. Take items, what we got. Shield battery. Okay. The Akira's a very nice ship. It just... I suppose it kind of felt clunky maybe, but who knows. Come on. Ship to coil. Okay, interesting. Cranton torpedoes. Nice. Engine battery. Fine. Gemini attack ship next. Let's go. That one over there. I think at the start I think even a cruiser or a science vessel, oops, built to take that kind of damage would struggle. So there's that. What we got? Engine, battery, fine. Oh, yeah. Come on. Go for that galore. Actually, you know what? Let's go to that attack ship over there. Try and free up some other ships. So we can all focus on that galore. Where is it? There it is. There we go. And boom. Boom. Okay. We kind of survived that. I'm going to quickly get rid of this damage if I can. Oh no, I can't. Oops. But that went well. The cruiser, meh, and that's okay. Alright, so the Cardassian flagship, the action has been disabled. Her warp core is disabled for now. Recommend we get a closer look. Sure, why not? And beam over. Okay, so we will be back when we're on the Axon. Okay, Captain, the Cardassian security teams are already starting to move on our position. We should expect heavy resistance. Yeah, you think? There's a few dents here and there. That one. That and that. Let's go. Oh, and there's lunch. Oops. Come on. Other one to go. Take that. Oh. So that might be useful for the Klingon engineer, Shola. If you missed that episode, then it's up on my YouTube channel, which will be under its own separate playlist. There'll be a link to that somewhere, I think, off the top of my head. Can you have that, please? And can you have that? Thank you very much. This way. Nope, this way. So yeah, it'll be on my channel, so have a look at that, and then if you want me to carry on pushing that, then I can do. I originally did the first episode as a kind of like, it's here, I'm prepared to do it, but I didn't do any more after that because I wanted to see how this is going. So if you guys want to see that, and also a Romulan one, Romulan Let's Play, then you can do. You're more than welcome to. I will happily do them. The Romulan one will be a science characters. Then we got all three factions and all three classes. So then you can all see the cool bits of each class and faction, respectively. Because last thing I wanted to do was essentially have a carbon copy for every character on screen, on the camera, as it were. So I thought, do something different. It changed it up a little bit, considering this is an MMO. So yeah, why not? Alright, what we got here? Smoke grenades might be interesting for me to use, since we hardly ever use smoke grenades anyway. Okay, disable the force field, why not? Okay, that should take care of all the security measures between us and the bridge. I don't expect the Cardassians to give up that easily though. They'll probably send for more security teams to intercept us. That's fine. Cool, personal shield. Let's have a quick butchers. That's Mark 3, this is Mark 5, instant swap, no need to dick about. And fancy shield array. Anyone got anything terrible? No, get rid of that. And otherwise we're good. Cool, let's go. We are good to go. Okay, ambush. I suppose lunge has its usefulness to try and get behind people like that. So I suppose for me it's worth keeping. But I would swap it out generally first thing if there was something else that was important. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about me personally using lunge, but I know it's great for characters like Sulu, who I designed for combat, as it were. So boom. Pick one. You'll do. You'll do just nicely. Ooh, what we got? What we got? Okay, Quantum Mortar, also good for Shola. My Federation Engineer already is like level 60, so obviously far better stuff than this. So, Captain, did you see that? No. Right, I'm going to quickly grab the thing up here. There we go. And that. 5 geranium, awesome. Jump down, why not? So we've got 2 things to pass over, fine. Investigate the Cardassian. Captain, what were those things? Oh no, you're the bloody doctor, you ought to know. This Cardassian doesn't have any wounds on him, but my readings show that he was dead before we entered the room. I recommend we find a medkit and perform an examination of the corpse. We need to know more about what's happened to him. If these... Oh, God. Yeah, that. I'm not going to repeat what I should have said. Okay, let's go over butchers. And... we are... Okay. Okay. There was again something wrong with the environmentals on the ship. To be fair, I can kind of see Chekhov saying this. I really do. That's the thing. There's another Cardassian there. Don't need to talk to that one anytime soon. This one. Patient admitted with a severe laceration suffered while working engineering. The wound was closed using an auto suture, and the patient was released for instructions to go refrain from active duty and returned for an examination within 24 hours. Patient returned as instructed, complaining of headache, elevated body temperature and nausea. White cell count was elevated and preliminary analysis showed signs of systematic infection resulting from contamination of the wound site. Patient was held in sick bay for treatment and observation. However, the infection spread rapidly and treatment with standard antibiotics was unsuccessful. A more rigorous treatment regime was formulated but also proved unsuccessful. Patient's vital functions ceased. Cause of death, circulatory system failure resulting from sepsis, and the patient's body has been prepped for transport back to Cardassia Prime. It's possible. That's not far-fetched, actually. You know, we're all one excuse me, we're all one infection away from death. So yay. So next patient. Patient was admitted complaining of pain and inability to concentrate on assigned duties. Patient was treated with Doodah and told to rest. Psychological evaluation was scheduled. Patient returned several hours later saying neither the medication or the rest helped. Patient was treated with a larger dose of hydrocortisone, there we go, and admitted to sick bay for observation. During this period, patient fell unconscious and was unable to be revived. An autopsy was conducted using a neurotic probe to obtain a sample of the brain tissue. Examination of the neurotissue did not show any signs of infection or trauma, which would result in headache or fatality. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Okay, that's quite interesting. Don't need to do that anymore. patient records. In the third patient. Patient admitted complaining of extreme nausea and fatigue. Preliminary exams inconclusive. Patient held overnight for observation, which the condition worsened. Oh my god. Patient died at 23:52 hours. Quarantine protocols put in place on CMO's orders. A level 8 force field is in use to prevent the spread of unknown, possibly infectious agent. Force fields may not be disabled without command level voice authorization. That's pretty alright, to be fair. So an autopsy on the patient was conducted using a laser scalpel to open the chest cavity. All organs were intact and showed no life, I'm not surprised. No signs of trauma or infection which would explain the patient's demise. Cause of death remains undetermined pending further investigation. Okay, so got one down here. Not going to fit through there. Guys, can you kind of like stand over there looking hologramish, please? Thank you very much. This patient, he kind of looks like he's having a nap. Okay, patient admitted with a fractured tibia, suffered while on a holodeck. Bone was splintered and treated with a regenerator. Patient returned later complaining of pain in the treated leg as well as an elevated body temperature. Patient was then treated with a T-cell stimulator to stave off any possible infection. Patient condition continued to worsen while they're being continued treated to boost their immune response. Patient died 6.2 hours after injury. Due to extreme rate of deterioration in the patient, an infection is unlikely. Fear of a contagious agent is being responsible has resulted in quarantine protocols being enacted. Cause of death is yet to be determined. Corpse will be placed in stasis field pending further examination by CMO, which is Chief Medical Officer, if you're not up to date on all that sort of malarkey. And last patient. Patient was admitted with a plasma burn caused by an exploding EPS conduit. And a nice way to go. The wound was treated to use a plaza, and the patient was admitted to sick bay for sedation and observation. Patient suffered a neurological event resembling a cerebrovascular accident, while sedated, and was unable to be resuscitated. Further examination into the patient's death is pending an autopsy by the CMO. So now we kind of got some sort of idea that five patients have died randomly. That's a thing. Number 6. Okay, so this Kardashian seems to have looks like to have died from the same cause as the Kardashians we examined in the mess hall. We need to find a med kit, which is on the floor right in front of us, to know more about what happened. So all the medical equipment in this kit has been sterilised and ready for use. So I'd say the probe, this one, because the brain tissue is usually a good indicator of what's going on. So the pneumatic probe is a device that makes use of stabilised biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous system. The use of the natural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by the patient and minimises the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. So capturing this tool should give us a better insight in the cause of death for the Kardashians in the mess hall. If we can use the probe to obtain one of the samples from the Kardashian brain tissue, we may be able to determine cause of death. So, okay, and put the fancy dribble back on. One additional Yukara mark, and also resistance to fire and stuff like that. Some resistance, not complete immunity. So, oh Christ, that annoys me so much. So this Kardashian. So the probe has determined that this individual died from radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if it was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop when its energy was depleted. So there's a great deal of interference being picked up by a tricorder, most likely from the result of energy residual from whatever was used to do this to the Kardashian. Perhaps we can track it down to following the energy trail. There's a science lab across the hall from the med bay, and it should have access to the ship's internal sensors. Okie dokie. Excuse me. So I'm just going to leave you there. You're doing no harm, just sitting there, standing there rather. So conduct energy scan. So let's have a look at this one. Electroplasma is used by several known species of means of transferring power from central power source to outlying areas of a ship or outpost. Plasma serves as an efficient medium for maintaining high state of energy even when moved over great distances or allowed to sit unused for long periods of time. For this reason, energized electroplasma can be stored in plasma canisters for transport and still arrive in a usable state. The scan is picking up high levels of electroplasma throughout the ship, but it's not surprising considering the Cardassians used poorly shielded EPS relays. There's no anomalous readings from the scan. Okay, nuclear fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion is a common source of energy for non-spacefaring races. It provides a large amount of power with relatively little special knowledge. It is an unsuitable power source for interstellar travel. While races of humans have used this power source in the past, it is being surpassed by more efficient means of energy production that will not result in toxic waste, byproducts being excuse me, that can severely damage organic life. There's no signs of nuclear fusion reactions taking any place on the ship. Omega energy. All information on Omega energy is classified. There are no Omega molecules anywhere inside the ship. And what are Omega molecules? Nothing that you need to know. Polonic ions. Polonic ions have been used as a form of energy, however they are highly volatile and prone to subspace chain reactions. These reactions have been known to create subspace fractures that make warp travel impossible, as well as creating hazardous amounts of polaric radiation. There are none of these ions on the ship anywhere. Trollic waves. Trollic waves are a result of a process called selective molecular polarization, in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter into energy. Trollic energy is not used by known species because they are known to cause deterioration in living tissue. And the picking up large concentration of this trollic waves centered around the ship's bridge. Trollic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to enter the area for long, and the Cardassians will be subject to delirious effects as well. They will not knowingly use trollic energy. To be fair, I don't think any spacefaring species would actually, to be honest. I suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing trollic waves is probably responsible for the deaths of the Cardassians in the mess hall. What about the ones in the med bay? You know, Cardassian lives matter. Come on. Captain, it's headed for the bridge. Yeah, we see it, check off, don't worry. Don't worry, your holographic head. Why does this happen? Okay, come on. Okay. Half the sounds just disappeared. And the back. Cool. Take item, being the lockbox. A few more. There we go. Go on, Bones. Have 'em. There we go. Hello. Got to defeat you now, have I? Alright. That's fine. Smoke grenade. Okay. And move. Normal grenade, I suppose. Awkward. Health's going down. Leave me alone. Stop bullying me. Oh, this thing's got a lot of health. And Tiger Optics 3, grenade. Come around here, please. Oop. Right, Scotty, do you mind me? Get out of the way. Oh, look at that shield generator, that'll do nicely. And boom. Ooh, we have a green item. Okay, tactical kit. Let's have a gander at that. Yeah, there was no mistake of those. No, there's the air. Divisions are out of phase with us. Normally we can't see them without a subspace field, force field, rather tuned into extremely sensitive phase discriminator. We didn't have that, so how are they appearing in our reality? I recommend checking the Action's crew log entirely. They may be doing something silly, basically, because this is Cardassians, and I have no idea what they're doing. This is pretty much what Cardassians do, to be fair. So let's have a look at this kit. We got no, I prefer the weapon damage actually. The food will go to bones. Okay, so let's deal with these. Okay, they're Cardassian. Okay, access to ship files from a smoky console. Read the captain's log.
Our mission goes well. The Axon has disabled or destroyed 7 enemy ships. I look forward to reporting our successes. The chief medical officer is concerned about casualties. It is his job to be concerned. Mine is to operate this ship at peak efficiency. I have read his report about unexplained deaths and dismissed it. There is always an explanation. He simply hasn't looked hard enough for it. I cannot let his failings disrupt our mission. Gul Madred is looking for men of purpose to assist him. He wants leaders with the will to use whatever means are necessary to free our people from Federation tyranny. If all goes well, after this campaign, I will be seen as one of those leaders.
Okay. Read Chief Engineer's log.
Repairs to the Axon go as expected. Running low on deuterium and warp coils. Wish there was more time between battles to do more than patch critical systems. The time is the most precious commodity there is. 4 crewmen down. 1 died in battle with Klingon forces, but 3 others died in accidents. I have spoken to the captain about launching an investigation, but he sees nothing but his dreams of glory and a return to conquest. Unusual spike in triolic wave energy may be affecting warp core efficiency. Must speak to Triolic and see if his sensor readings have turned up anything unusual.
Okay.
Letter from Maja arrived today. She and the children are well, but she worries about me. She wants me to leave the True Way and return to Cardassia Prime. 6 months ago, I would have ignored her pleas. Now, I pursue. And I see no end to this fighting. Perhaps she is right.
Go back and read Science Officer's log.
Science Officer's log, stardate 86790.8. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the approaching Griffin's Comet. The comet itself has not been a focus of much scientific inquiry, and it last passed through this sector in the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as detectable amounts of chronoton particles. The triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission for my curiosity. I have requested the launch of a Class 1 probe.
Okay.
The chronotons are of even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been, or will be, in the presence of a temporal event. Time mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data. But the captain has never had much interest in science. Perhaps I will remind him that chronoton particles are harmful against the aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole. A potential weapon to use against the Bajoran's gods may be of enough interest to him to divert our course.
Okay. Alright, cool. So that's done. Go. Not now. Quickly grab these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And report to Franklin Drake.
Are you sure you found no sign of the Cardassians attempting to open a portal, or otherwise bring the Davidians into our phase variants? This is troublesome. There are pieces to the puzzle I don't have yet. Let me do some digging and I will be in touch.
Okay, so 8.2k EXP and grab the subspace field modulator.
Until next time.
Spin the wheel is the next mission in after this. So it goes, Franklin Drake is needing our assistance with a rather delicate situation. We have an intelligence operative undercover at DeRosa Station. Her astute observations has given us the edge in severe critical engagements in the neutral zone. 22 hours ago, this operative activated an emergency subspace beacon. Zimara would only contact me in this manner if she was about to be discovered by the enemy or her life was in danger. I am understandably concerned. I need you to go to DeRosa, find Zimara and assist her. Take her to safety if you have to, but don't blow her cover. If you go in there weapons blazing, then you may get her killed. I've accessed your logs. It's been quite some time since you've had some shore leave. I suggest you visit DeRosa for some downtime. Cool, another 8.2k EXP, and we can either have a synchromatic thingy assault rifle, which is alright, or we can have a fancy new warp core, which means speedier in warp. So that's a thing, sector space. Probably take the assault rifle, to be fair.
Until next time.
Quickly grab this. Defense maneuverings. Didn't do any help earlier, but there we go, suppose. What else have we got? Hardness, probably be a good one. Or these. Oh well. God, what the hell are you doing? Never mind. So that's the end of the episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this episode, then please hit like, please hit subscribe. It really does help me out as well as the channel. At this point, I have 99 subscribers. At 100 subscribers, I can have a new fancy web address, which will be something really cool. I'm not able to even have a look at it, or even what the options are or anything like that, until I have 100 subscribers. So I really have no idea what's going to happen at that point. But just need one more person to subscribe to the channel, and then I can have a nice new fancy URL. And if you haven't already, by the subscribe button, there's a nice little bell icon. If you can hit that, you get notifications to when I next upload a video to YouTube. You can also join the Facebook group, which I have, where there's a link to that in the description below. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.